Mercy don't come easy, crawl before it walks, trembles in the throat for the guilty talk. I used to think forgiveness was a thing you could demand, but it comes slow as sunrise to a hard and shaking man. Mercy don't come easy, but it comes at a cost. You have to face the wreckage where you first got lost. I used to call it living when I stayed out late. Neon in my eyes, anger in my veins. I wore my pride like Sunday clothes and let you do the praying while I did the wrong. You waited up with a lamp turned low, listening for my tires like a warning sign. And I was stumbling, talking tough like love is a fight you win by being cold. But I saw it in you, little by little, that your heart was packing up without a sound. That a woman can leave while she is still standing there when a man keeps choosing night over home. Now the house in my mind is quiet and clean, no shouting, no smoke, just what I have been. I keep replaying the words you said, and they land like stones in my chest. Mouth said they go easy, all before it walks, trembles and trembles before the guilty talk. I used to think forgiveness was a thing you could demand, but it comes slow as sunrise to a hard and shaking man. Mercy don't come easy, but it comes at a cost. You have to face the wreckage where you first got lost. I pulled off by a river where the bridge runs low, sat with the engine ticking, letting shame talk slow. The water kept moving like it knew the truth, like it had seen my kind and what my kind can do. I remembered your hands at the kitchen sink, trying not to cry, trying not to blink. You said I cannot carry what you will not name, and I left you holding it, then I drove away. Every town I pass has a bar with my seat, every road sign reads like a warning to me. Because you can change your zip code, change your face, but you cannot outrun the things you do in grace. I have tried to buy peace with a bottle and noise, tried to call it fate, tried to call it boys, but the truth keeps knocking when the world goes still, and it sounds like you, and it always will. Mercy don't come easy, it crawls before it walks, and trembles in the throat before the guilty talk. I used to think forgiveness was a thing you could demand, but it comes slow as sunrise to a hard and shaking man. Mercy don't come easy, but it comes at a cost. You have to face the wreckage where you first got lost. I've been cruel in ways that leave no mark, not fists and sirens, just a silent dark, the kind of mean that makes a home feel thin, like you are alone even when I'm in. I let my temper speak when love went quiet, I let my pride decide what mattered most. And every time you begged me to come back clean, I chose the easy lie, I chose the ghost. Now I look in mirrors and I do not flinch, I see the boy I was and what he did, and I am tired of carrying him around, tired of letting him drive, tired of him. So here's my truth with no pretty shine. I was wrong, I have been for a long, long time. I do not want a pardon that costs you peace. I want a life where the hurting can finally cease. If you never take me back, I will understand. I will still get sober, still learn to stand. Because mercy's not a doorway I can kick in, it is a light I walk towards, slow and trembling. If you open that door even a little, I will not rush you, I will not push. I will meet you where you are, and I will stay there, and I will do the work, not just ask. Mercy don't come easy, it crawls before it walks, it trembles in the throat before the guilty talk. I used to think forgiveness was a thing you could demand, but it comes slow as sunrise to a hard and shaken man. Mercy don't come easy, but it comes at a cost. You have to face the wreckage where you first got lost. Mercy don't come easy, I know that it's true. So I will start with the only thing left to do. Tell the truth in the daylight, leave the night behind, and keep walking towards you. Down on a dirty windshield, go through the grind. First light, it's hardest when you run all night from time. The dark start loosening, but the hurt stays near. Morning don't erase what you carried all these years. Down on a dirty windshield, clear enough to see the man I've been driving from was always me. I've been chasing midnight like it owes me peace. One more drink, one more mile, one more false relief. Headlights cutting fences, pine shadows on the hood, trying to outrun the past like a man really could. Your last words in my pocket like a folding knife. You can come back clean or you can stay in that life. And I laugh like a fool just to keep from breaking down. Then the highway swallowed me and I let it no sound. Now the cab smells like smoke and no regret, and my hands on this wheel feel like a debt. The radio's just static, no song will land. My throat tastes like apologies I never said, and the night keeps pressing on my ribs like it knows the kind of man I am. Down on a dirty windshield, go through the ground. First light hits hardest when you run all night from time. The dark start loosening, but the hurt stays near. Morning don't erase what you carried all these years. Dawn on a dirty windshield, clear enough to see the man I've been driving from was always me. I pass a closed down diner, signs still have lit, where we used to split a plate and laugh a little bit. You draw hearts in the fog on the window glass, back when I thought good things were built to last. Now the parking lot's empty, just a shopping cart, and the memory hits me right between the heart. There's a church off the shoulder, white paint peeling thin, Sunday morning waiting like it never knew my sin. And I wanna pull in, but I keep rolling by, because shame makes a man feel like he cannot try. The sky turns color like a bruise going clean, and I see my face in the glass tired and mean. I keep thinking I'm the victim of the road, but I built this prison and I lived in it alone. Down on a dirty windshield, go through the ground. First light is hardest when you run all night from time. The dark start loosening, but the hurt stays near. Morning don't erase what you carried all these years. Dawn on a dirty windshield, clear enough to see the man I've been driving from was always me. I have been cruel in the quiet ways, turning love into a lesson and your trust into a cage. Not always fists, not always screams, Just cold shoulders and sharp words, breaking simple things. You learn to read my ties, learn to read my breath. Learn when I was coming in with trouble on my chest. And you kept the lamp on, praying I would choose a light. While I kept choosing, I kept calling it alive. Now the morning shows it all, no place to hide. All the times you ask for peace and I answer with pride. If I pull up today, I won't come in loud. I won't sell you a story, I won't talk tough now. I'll tell the truth in a voice that shakes about the man I've been and the mess he made. I don't want forgiveness like a bargain or a trick. I want the hard road, the slow fix, the kind of change that shows up every day. When the bottle calls sweet and I walk away. And if you never take me back, I'll still do this right. Because I'm tired of losing myself every night. Dawn on a dirty windshield, go through the grind. First the light hits hardest when you run all night from time. The dark start loosening, but the hurt stays near. Morning don't erase what you carried all these years. Dawn on a dirty windshield, clear enough to see the man I've been driving from was always me. Dawn on a dirty windshield, I'm letting it in. Not asking for easy, just done with the sin. If there's a road back to the person you knew, I'll take it slow, I'll take it true. This blacktop testimony ain't a lie, gonna live a lie. This blacktop testimony ain't a lie, I cannot run. It starts with your tears and it ends with a smoking gun. I got a Bible on the dash and a bottle on the floor. Both of them know what kind of man I was before. This blacktop testimony keeps calling me home. Even the white lines know I was never alone. I left that house with a stone on my chest. Pride like a badge and poison on my breath. Your voice was shaking but you stood your ground. Said love don't live where the lies come round. I slammed my door like a hard goodbye. Watch your porch light blur as my courage died. That old revolver in the glove box left like a secret I swore I would never let. Now every mile feels like a witness stand, and the wheel in my hands feels like cuffs on a man. The radio fades to a preacher's tone, then back to static like I am on my own. But the night keeps pressing where it hurts the most, and the truth rides quiet like a Holy Ghost. This black testimony ain't a lie, I cannot wrong. Start with your tears and it ends with a smoking gun. I got a Bible on the dash and a bottle on the floor. Both of them know what kind of man I was before. This blacktop testimony keeps calling me home. Even the white lines know I was never alone. I stopped for gas at a dead-end mart. Neon buzzing like a broke down heart. A kid behind the counter nodded once like he had seen men vanish for what they done. I bought cheap coffee, bitter and black. Stared at my face in a cracked up glass. Tried to wash my hands in a rust-stained sink, but some stains stayed deeper than water can reach. Outside the rain kept tapping my hood like a judge with a gavel, saying you should. I keep telling myself I am heading somewhere new, but every road I take keeps turning into you. And the bottle rolls and the Bible won't speak, so I listen to the engine like it's praying for me. This blacktop testimony ain't a lie, I cannot run. Start with your tears and it ends with a smoking gun. I got a Bible on the dash and a bottle on the floor. I remember the night I went too far. A barroom shout and a shattered jar. A man said something, I swung too fast, and the room went quiet like the world collapsed. I came home mean, with blood on my knuckles. You looked at me like I was trouble in buckles. Said I can't keep loving what scares me to death, and I stood there silent, too proud to beg. Now that gun ain't fired, but it still smokes in my mind, in my dreams, and the words I choke. Because a loaded light and an empty vow can kill a love without a single sound. If there is mercy on a back road bend, let it find me before I break again. I'm tired of running, tired of the night, tired of being the wrong kind of right. I do not deserve you, I know that it's true, but I'm trying to be someone worthy of you. So I'm driving this truth through the pouring rain, letting it burn where it needs to pain. And if you open that door just a crack, I will come in clean, I will not go back. This blacktop testimony ain't a lie I can outrun. Start with your tears and it ends with a smoking gun. I got a Bible on the dash and a bottle on the floor. Both of them know what kind of man I was before. This blacktop testimony keeps calling me home. Even the white lines know I was never alone. If I make it to your porch before the morning comes, I will leave that bottle, I will lay down that gun. And if you cannot forgive, I will still tell the truth. This blacktop testimony was always about you. Under gas station gospel, and I'm buzzing white light. An old man said, son, you can't drink through the night. I laughed through my teeth like I had nothing to lose, but the truth hit harder than the cheap motel blues. Gas station gospel, symbol of stone. No road gets shorter when you carry what you've done. The light was washing everything the color of bone. Diesel on the air and a payphone's dead tone. My hands smelled like smoke and a bad decision. My eyes stayed open but I lost my vision. A semi rolled by like thunder on chains, and the night kept dripping like cold black rain. I bought a cup of coffee I did not want, just something warm for a heart that was not. He was leaning by the ice machine, old hat, old stare, like he had been waiting on sinners right there. He nodded at my bottle in a paper sack, said that thing don't love you, son, it loves you back. I told him, man, you do not know my kind. He said, I know that look, I've worn it in time. Then he pointed at the highway like a preacher would, and my chest went quiet like it understood. Under gas station gospel, and I'm buzzing white light. An old man says, son, you can't drink through the night. I laughed through my teeth like I had nothing to lose, but the truth hit harder than the cheap motel blues. Gas station gospel, simple as stone. No road gets shorter when you carry what you've done. I drove all mean with my pride in the seat, radio low with that late night preacher heat, saying let it go like it is easy to do, like the past is a code you can leave in a room. I saw your face in the black window glass, in the blink of a sign, in the blur as I passed, in that old motel on the edge of town. Neon cross humming, broken and loud. I lay on that bed with the TV snow, hearing your name in the pipes below, and the bottle did nothing but turn up the sound of every last word I should have owned. Morning came ugly, sharp and plain, like God himself did not hide my shame. I stepped outside and the sky looked clean, like it never once knew what I have seen. But my shadow followed, long and numb, and I heard that old man again. What you running from under gas station gospel and a buzzing white light? An old man says, son, you can't drink through the night. I laughed through my teeth like I had nothing to lose, but the truth hit harder than the cheap motel blues. Gas station gospel, simple as stone. No road gets shorter when you carry what you've done. I keep thinking how you beg me, quiet and tired, to stop treating love like something to survive. How you held my hands and you looked me in the eye, said you do not have to keep dying to feel alive. And I did not listen, I chose the dark, I chose the noise, I chose the bar stool hard. But if grace is real, it has to hurt first. It has to burn through the pride and the thirst. So I turned that car around a two-lane bend, like a man who is done being his own worst friend. Under gas station gospel and a buzzing white light, an old man says, son, you can't drink through the night. I laughed through my teeth like I had nothing to lose, but the truth hit harder than the cheap motel blues. Gas station gospel, simple as stone. No road gets shorter when you carry what you've done. That buzzing light still lives behind my eyes, like a warning sign where the good road hides. Gas station gospel, I finally know you cannot outrun it. You can only go home. Church steps at 3 a.m., kneeling in the sleep, trying to pray with blood and gravel on my feet. The bell never rang, but the silence spoke plain, said grace don't erase it, but it carry the pain. Church steps at 3 a.m., half lost, half saved, still begging heaven for the life I never gave. I pulled off where the stained glass catches moon, that little white church like a wound in the gloom. My headlights cut out and the dark rushed in, like God and the devil were taking turns. My hands were shaking, not from the drink alone, but from the kind of fear that gets under bone. I tasted rust in the back of my throat from biting my tongue on words I never spoke. The night was quiet in a way that hurt. No traffic, him just sleet on dirt. And I thought of you in our kitchen light, how you prayed for me, how I chose the night. I tried to run from what I did, tried to outdrive it, tried to outlive it, but guilt has legs and it knows my name. It followed me here like a holy flame. Church steps at 3 a.m., kneeling in the sleep, trying to pray with blood and gravel on my feet. The bell never rang, but the silence spoke plain. Said grace don't erase it, but it carry the pain. Church steps at 3 a.m., half lost, half saved, still begging heaven for the life I never gave. I remember Sunday mornings, your hair still wet, you humming low while we both got dressed. You would hold my sleeve at the chapel door like you could keep me from breaking more. Inside the pew smelled like pine and thyme, old man coughing, kids drawing lines, a preacher talking soft about mercy and pride. And I sat there hard with my jaw set tight. You sang like you meant it, eyes closed and still, while I stared at the floor, fighting my will, thinking love was weakness, thinking I was right. Now I would trade my ego for that kind of light. I kicked at the gravel, watched it scatter and fall, like all my good intentions never stood up at all. And the wind kept whispering cold and brave, you do not get peace till you change your ways. Church steps at 3 a.m., kneeling in the sleep, trying to pray with blood and gravel on my feet. The bell never rang, but the silence spoke plain. Said grace don't erase it, but it carry the pain. Church steps at 3 a.m., half lost, half saved, still begging heaven for the life I never gave. I haven't mean in the ways that do not show, not fist and shouting, but cold and slow. The kind of cruel that leaves no bruise, just a woman awake in a silent room. I made your love feel like a debt you owed, like my bad nights were yours to hold. I wore my pride like Sunday best, and I dragged it home and let it wreck the rest. Now my knuckles sting from the weight of me, from every door I slammed, every chance I buried, and I can see it clear in that church window glow. I did not lose you once, I let you go. If there is a God in this freezing rain, if there is a mercy that calls my name, let it not be easy, let it not be cheap, let it cut me awake from this heavy sleep. I do not want absolution like a clean white light. I want the strength to look you in the eye, to say I was wrong and mean it all the way. Not just tonight, not just to make it go away. So I lay my forehead on those cold stone steps, and I ask for a heart I have not earned yet, because grace might not erase what I have done, but maybe it can carry me back to the one. Church steps at 3 a.m., kneeling in the sleep, trying to pray with blood and gravel on my feet. The bell never rang, but the silence spoke plain. Said grace don't erase it, but it carry the pain. Church steps at 3 a.m., half lost, half saved, still begging heaven for the life I never gave. If your porch light is burning when I get back home, I will come in humble, I will come in slow. No excuses left, no tough guy mask, just a man trying to live up to what you wear. Church steps at 3 a.m., the cold felt brave, still begging heaven for the lead. Riverbridge Reckoning. I pulled the truck aside, heard the water say the things I've spent years trying to hide. The river keeps a memory deeper than the mud. It remembers every promise and the smell of fear and blood. Riverbridge Reckoning, cold and black below. Some nights the past ain't gonna just wait under the road. I was running on empty with my hands in a shake, head full of sirens and the choices I made. And the bridge lights flickered like a dying prayer, and the wind off the water had teeth in the air. I killed the engine, let the silence roll, heard the river breathing like it had a soul. And that old wooden railing under my palm felt like a witness that won't stay calm. Across that span the town lights burn, but I could not move till the truth returned. I've tried to drown it in whiskey and noise, tried to bury it deep under, I had no choice. But the dark has a way of calling your bluff, and the river knows when you've had enough. At the Riverbridge Reckoning, I pulled the truck aside, heard the water say the things I spent years trying to hide. That river keeps a memory deeper than the mud. It remembers every promise and the smell of fear and blood. Riverbridge Reckoning, cold and black below. Some nights the past ain't gonna just wait under the road. I remember that night when the fight went wrong, when my buddy got loud and my temper got strong. Neon on the water from the bar down the bend, blue lights in the distance that did not feel like friends. Somebody swung first, maybe me, maybe him. All I know is the world went hard and dim, and the river down there kept taking it in. Every shout, every step, every breath of sin. Then the scream cut short and the silence came fast, like the whole damn bridge was holding its breath. We said it was an accident, said let it lie, but the water never forgets, it just stays quiet. I drove home after like a man made of stone, while you waited up staring holes in the phone. You asked me what happened, I said nothing at all. And that was the first time I watched us start to fall. Yeah, the Riverbridge Reckoning, I pulled the truck aside, heard the water say the things I've spent years trying to hide. That river keeps a memory deeper than the mud. It remembers every promise and the smell of fear and blood. Riverbridge Reckoning, cold and black below. Some nights the past ain't gonna just waste under the road. If I could trade my pride for one clean day, if I could take back the words I never said, I would go to that family, stand in their yard, tell the truth like a man, even if it tears me apart. Because guilt is a chain you drag through years, and love cannot breathe in a house full of fear. So I leaned on that rail and I prayed for the nerve to stop living like I am what I deserve. The river kept moving, cold and sure, like it was saying, son, there ain't no cure. But the truth plain and brutal, a blade and a key, and I felt my chest crack open, finally free. At the Riverbridge Reckoning, I pulled the truck aside, heard the water say the things I spent years trying to hide. river keeps a memory deeper than the mud. It remembers every promise and the smell of fear and blood. Riverbridge Reckoning, cold and black below. Some nights are past, ain't gone, it just waits under the road. Riverbridge Reckoning, here you run, washing the board where I came undone. If I'm gonna be saved, it starts tonight, with the truth in my mouth and my hands held tight. Static on the AM dial, preaching through the snow, saying, son, the wages of the wicked always show. I turned that knob slow, but your voice came through, caught between the thunder and a song we used to use. Static on the AM dial, crackling thin and low. Somewhere between the station is the truth I used to know. The night was wide open, black and bare, pines on both sides like a pew and a prayer. My headlights carved out a narrow little lane, and my mind kept looping back to your name. I had one hand on the wheel, one hand on regret, a cheap lighter, an old pack of debt I cannot forget. And that AM radio, tired and old, trying to give me comfort in a world turned cold. A preacher's voice came in like a warning sign, broken up by snow and those white noise lines, saying, turn back, son, like he knew my road, like he could feel the weight of what I owed. I laughed to myself like, man, you do not know, but the harder I drove, the slower time went, and the static got louder than the engines moan, like truth has a way of coming through alone. Static on the AM dial, preaching through the snow, saying, son, the wages of the wicked always show. I turned that knob slow, but your voice came through, caught between the thunder and a song we used to use. Static on the AM dial, crackling thin and low. Somewhere between the stations is the truth I used to know. It cut to that song you loved in our old kitchen light, where you danced in your socks on a Tuesday night, laughing like the world was soft and kind. Before I turned hard, before I lost my mind, then the preacher came back and the signal died, like heaven and hell were fighting for the line. And I swear I heard you whisper just for a breath, come home clean, like you said before you left. I tried to answer out loud, but my voice would not work, just stuck in my throat with the things that hurt. So I drove through the dark with a dial in my hand, like I could tool myself into a better man. Every time your voice breaks through that hiss, it feels like a knife and a kiss, and the preacher keeps preaching like the sky is near, but all I can hear is you right here. Static on the AM dial, preaching through the snow, saying, son, the wages of the wicked always show. I turned that knob slow, but your voice came through, between the thunder and a song we used to use. Static on the AM dial, crackling thin and low. Somewhere between the station is the truth I used to know. If there is a God in these county lines, if there is a mercy for a man like mine, let it be simple, let it be plain. Let it be the strength to stop feeding my shame. I am tired of the bars, tired of the fight, tired of acting like darkness makes me right. So I turn that dial till my fingers ache. Like confession is a road a man has to take. And in the middle of nothing, between him and song, I heard my own heart say, you have been wrong. Static on the AM dial, preacher through the snow, saying, son, the wages of the wicked always show. I turned that knob slow, but your voice came through. Caught between the thunder and a song we used to use. Static on the AM dial, crackling thin and low. Somewhere between the station is the truth I used to know. Static on the AM dial, fading as I drive. If your voice is still out there, I will stay alive. Somewhere between the station, I am learning to go back to the only truth I ever knew. A murder in the night, every minute phone, I've had 100 dreams, and it still cuts cold. You rolled if you come back clean or don't. But I brought a heart half burned and a body full of ghosts. The letter in the glove box shakes with every bend, like your last little warning I ignored back then. I found it on a napkin and a no-service receipt, tucked by a map where the edges start to peel. Your handwriting slanted, steady and neat, like you were holding back tears by the strength of the ink. The truck smelled like cigarettes and late night rain, and that paper held on to you the same way pain holds on. I told myself I was past it, told myself I was tough, but one whiff of that perfume and I come undone. It was lavender and old house wood, Sunday clean and something good, the kind of scent that makes a man remember how he ruined what he should have treasured. Every mile I drive, I hear your last goodbye, not loud, not mean, just tired in your eyes. And the harder I grip this wheel to stay straight, the more I feel that I am driving into fate. There's a letter in the glove box, with your perfume in the fold. Ooh, I read it 100 times, and it still cuts cold. You rolled if you come back clean or don't. But I brought a heart that burned and a body full of ghosts. Ooh, the letter in the glove box shakes with every bend, like your last little warning I ignored back then. I remember the night you wrote it, kitchen light dim. You did not yell, you did not beg, you just breathed it in, like you were packing up the last of your hope, folding it careful, trying not to choke. You said I love you but I cannot keep sleeping beside a man who will not sleep. I laughed it off, said you're being dramatic. Then I went to the bar and proved you right. Exactly, came home with my pride and my fist still tight, with whiskey on my words and smoke in my eyes. And you were sitting there, quiet letter in your hand, like a judge who already understands. You slid it in the glove box, shut it with a click, like locking away the last thing that could fix. Now the roads feel narrower the closer I get, like the world is shrinking around my regrets. And that paper keeps trembling every time I break, like you are still shaking from the choices I made. There's a letter in the glove box, with your perfume in the phone. I've read it 100 times, and it still cuts cold. You wrote, if you come back clean or don't. But I brought a heart half burned and a body full of gold. The letter in the glove box shakes with every bend, like your last little warning I ignored back then. If I pull up tonight and you do not move, if your curtain stays still and your porch stays mute, I will not blame you, I will not knock hard. I know I have earned every mile in the dark, but I am trying, God, I am trying to change, trying to be someone you would not have to fear, trying to set down the bottle, set down the fight, trying to mean it when I say I will make it right. So I read your words like a straight line prayer. Let them cut me clean, let them strip me bare, because the only way back is the truth in my chest and the man I become after the wreck. There's a letter in the glove box. There's a letter in the glove box, with your perfume in the phone. I've read it 100 times, and it still cuts cold. You wrote, if you come back clean or don't. But I brought a heart half burned and a body full of gold. Who's the letter in the glove box? Shakes with every bend, like your last little warning I ignored back then. If I make it to your driveway, I will turn my pockets out. No lies left in my mouth, no whiskey left to drown. Just a letter in the glove box and a man listening to me, trying to finally listen, not ignore it again. The mile markers glow in the midnight light, headlights like prayers cutting through the night. I left you with tears and a loaded gun. The road keeps saying, boy, you can't outrun. I hear your voice in the engine blues, and every day town keeps pointing to you. On this blacktop, I'm coming back to you. I laid out fast from that screen door slam, with a pocket full of sorry and a busted plan. Your porch swing squeaked like a last amen, while my taillights bled into the dark again. I told you, baby, it's just one night, but the truth right shotgun cold and tight. That old 38 on the kitchen chair was the weight of a love I could not bear. Now the radio hisses like a snake in the pines, and the Bible verse sign blurs past a white line. I keep my hands at 10 and 2, like that'll hold the devil back from you. The mile markers glow in the midnight light, headlights like prayers cutting through the night. I left you with tears and a loaded gun. Now the road keeps saying, boy, you can't outrun. I hear your voice swore I'd never break. I pass a little church where the white paint peels, and every hymn I hear feels like something real. I see blue lights in the rear view glass, just the moon on a puddle as I blow right past. Still I taste that cold goodbye like pennies and prayer in the back of my mind. You said love don't live where the secrets stay, and I lied, then I left, then I drove away. There was blood in the gravel behind the bar. There was a name that followed me too far, and I ran like a coward from what I'd done, from the echo of a trigger, from the setting sun. Now the night feels thicker like tar on my boots, and the wind through the window keeps telling the truth that a heart like mine does not get clean. It just learns how to haunt what it should have been. Blacktop ghosts in the rear view, pale and thin, all the broken little moments crawling on my skin. If you're still there behind that curtain of smoke, if you still say my name when the thunder broke, I ain't asking you to forget the pain I caused, I'm just begging you, please don't become what I lost. So I'm driving this confession through the teeth of the storm, because I'm done being gone, I'm turning around. The mile markers glow in the midnight light, headlights like prayers cutting through the night. I left you with tears and a loaded gun. Now the road keeps saying, boy, you can't outrun. I hear your voice in the engine's blues, and every dead town keeps pointing me to you. On this blacktop, I'm coming back to you. Oh, on this blacktop, I'm coming back to you. Blacktop ghosts, let me pass on through. Blacktop ghosts, I'm coming back to you. Hear that porch light still burning when I arrive. Oh, come on, my eyes, oh, come home alive. That dance hall memory still spins like a flame. You in that white dress, me too proud to change. The band played slow and the whole room swayed. Back when forever felt like something we had made. Dance hall memories, sweet and mean. The saddest songs are the ones that used to mean everything. It was Friday night in a little tin roof room, neon in the window, dust on my boots. You walked in smiling like a secret you knew. Every head turned soft when it turned to you. White dress catching light like a church owl dream. Hair pinned up, blue eyes wild and clean. You took my hand like you trusted me, like I was a man I was trying to be. The floorboards creaked in a lazy swing, and my heart went quiet under everything. For a minute I was good, for a minute I was home, for a minute I believed I could leave my darkness alone. But I carry my pride like a loaded gun, always looking for a reason to run. And even in that sweetness I felt that fear that I would ruin it the moment I got near. That dance hall memory still spins like a flame. You in that white dress, me too proud to change. The band plays slow and the whole room swayed. Back when forever felt like something we had made. Dance dance hall memory, sweet and mean. There was a couple by the jukebox laughing low, hoping at the bar, letting bad luck go. A steel guitar crying like it knew my name, like it could see ahead to the coming shame. You leaned in close and you said stay soft, said do not let the world make you hard. And I kissed your forehead like I understood why my temper waited coiled in my blood. Later I got mean as some strangers stare like love is a fight, and I had to be there. You pulled me back, said baby not tonight, but I chose my pride over your quiet light. And the song kept playing, the room still swayed while you watched the beginning of the end get made. Now I hear that melody in the hum of the road, in the clink of a glass, in the weight of my coat. It comes back the hardest when the world goes thin, like a hand on my chest where the guilt lives in. That dance hall memory still spins like a flame. You in that white dress, me too proud to change. The band played slow and the whole room swayed, back when forever felt like something we had made. If I could step back into that room again, I would take your hand and I would not pretend. I would let the anger die on the floor, leave my pride outside by the swinging door. I would dance you slow till the lights went dim, tell you the truth before I needed it. Say I'm scared, say I'm wrong, say stay, instead of pushing love away. But time is a thief with a gentle face, it steals the good and leaves the taste. And I'm stuck with a song and a picture in my mind of you in that white dress, and me too blind. That dance hall memory still spins like a flame. You in that white dress, me too proud to change. The band plays slow and the whole room swayed, back when forever felt like something we had made. Dance hall memory, sweet and neat. If you ever hear that song in some neon light, know I still see you every Friday night. Dance hall memory, that old slow sting. The saddest songs are the ones that used to mean everything. Motel Bible blues on a bed that smelled like smoke. I read the red letters till my tired hand shook. It said mercy's for the broken, said grace can still begin. But I saw your face in every line and every one of my sins. Motel Bible blues, room 12-2. Even God fell far with his walls full of you. The sign out front kept flickering back and see like it was laughing low, like it was calling me. Key in the lock, that tired door groaned. A little slice of nowhere I could not call home. Cheap soap in the bathroom, cracked mirror glare, ice machine humming down the hall somewhere, and that old AC rattling like bones in the wall, keeping time with my heart, trying not to fall. I kicked off my boots, laid my jacket down, heard the highway hiss like a distant crowd. Then when I found that Bible in the bedside drawer, like the last clean thing in a life torn up raw. I told myself, reading it'll make you come. But the pages felt heavy, they got loaded on, and every verse I tried to hold on to just brought me back to what I did to you. Motel Bible blues on a bed that smelled like smoke. I read the red letters till my tired hands shook. It said mercy's for the broken, said grace can still begin. But I saw your face in every line and every one of my sins. Motel Bible blues, room 12 at 2. Even God felt far with these walls full of you. The curtains did not close, just a thin cheap cloth, letting parking lot light keep burning my thoughts. Headlights passing like a judgment parade, every car a reminder of the choices I made. I tried to call you, thumb hovering over your name, but shame is a jailhouse and it loves to stay. So I sat with the Bible open on my knees, reading about prodigals and begging to believe. It said, come as you are, it said, lay it down. But I have made a habit and a hard-headed crown. I could hear your voice soft and tired saying please, and I remembered how I never heard you when you pleaded. Now my hands are empty, my throat is dry, and the only thing loud is a reason you cried. Outside the rain kept tapping at a window frame, like a sinner knocking, asking in God's name. And I wondered if forgiveness has a door, or if I burned mine down the night before. Motel Bible blue on a bed that smelled like steam. I read the red letters till my tired hands shook. It said mercy's for the broken, said grace can still begin. But I saw your face in every line and every one of my sins. Motel Bible blues, room 12 at 2. You ever loved me? I know it hurt, I know I turned your kindness into dirt. I know I wore my anger like a coat and let you freeze while I kept my throat closed. So here is the truth with no pretty excuse. I am done choosing wrong, I am done choosing loose. If I make it back, it won't be with a bottle in hand, it'll be with my head bowed trying to understand. If you cannot take me, I will not blame you, I will still live honest, that is what I owe you. Motel Bible blues on a bed that smelled like smoke. I read the red letters till my tired hands shook. It said mercy's for the broken, said grace can still begin. But I saw your face in every line and every one of my sins. Motel Bible blues, room 12 at 2. Even God fell far with these walls full of you. Motel Bible blues, I stayed up till dawn, trying to find a way back to what I have done. If grace is real, let it start with truth. Room 12 at 2. And a heart missing you. The devil in my my rear view, grinning in the glasses. Boy, all your sins still right, shotgun in the past. I keep both hands steady, but my heart won't stay still. This road climbs like judgment up a black Kentucky hill. The devil in my rear view, and your name in my mouth. I'm driving straight through hell, just to make it back south. I left at midnight, no goodbye, no light. Just tires on gravel and a throat too tight. You were standing in the doorway, small as a prayer, while I played tough like I did not care. Now the trees lean in like they know my crimes, and the mile markers count off borrowed time. Cold town shadows, church sign glow. Every sign says stop, but I will not slow, because running felt easy, it felt like relief, till the silence got loud and started preaching to me. I hear old hymns in the hum of the motor. Every curve feels colder the higher I go. I keep my eyes forward, but I know what I see. That devil keeps smiling like he looks just like me. The bagel in my rear view, grinning in the glasses. Boy, all your sins still right, shotgun in the past. I keep both hands steady, but my heart won't stay still. This road climbs like judgment up a black Kentucky hill. The devil in my rear view, and your name in my mouth. I'm driving straight through hell, just to make it back south. There's a gas station halo on the edge of town. Flies on the window, metal humming loud. A kid behind the counter won't meet my eyes, like he can smell the trouble under my lies. I wash my hands, but the stain stays put, like sin does not rinse, it just sinks in the blood. I see your face in the glass of the cooler door, and it hits like a verdict I cannot ignore. I said I would change, I said it all so smooth, but I kept my pride and it cost me you. Now the rain starts tapping like a judge on wood, and the wipers keep time like a hard truth would. I keep telling myself I can still make it right, but that devil keeps laughing at the edge of the light. If you are awake with the lamp turned low, if you still feel me where the cold wind blows, I am not asking you to forget the pain. I am just done with leaving you in the rain. I am tired of excuses, tired of being that man, tired of letting my anger hold my hand. So I am climbing this hill with my guilt out loud, praying you will not turn away when I come back south. Glasses, boy, all your sins still right, shotgun in the past. I keep both hands steady, but my heart won't stay still. This road climbs like judgment up a black Kentucky hill. The devil in my rear view, and your name in my mouth. I'm driving straight through hell, just to make it back south. Devil in the mirror, you can have your fun, but you will not keep me from what I have done. If mercy lives anywhere, let it be found right there in your arms, when I make it back south. The devil in my rear view, the devil in my rear view. I can lay down, sorry where no sorry can be seen. Your daddy's name was staring from a stone gone gray, and I heard my own boots break in the frozen clay. Graveyard at mile 93, I spoke into the dark. Some apology arrived too late to warm the heart. Pull off slow where the pines grow tight. Headlights cut a path through the Sunday night. The fence leaned tired, the gate hung mean. Rushed like old blood on the latch between. A wind came through like a whisper song, and the world went still when I killed the car. I had your last word stuck in my throat, and a cheap bouquet I did not deserve to hold. Hand shaking hard, breath turning white, like my own body knew this was not right. I walked that dirt road past a crooked sign, reading names like prayers I had not earned in time. There are places that do not care what you meant, only what you did and where it went. And I felt that truth in the cold ground stare, like the dead keep score even when you do not dare. Graveyard at mile 93, Iron Gate and Weeds. I came to lay down, sorry where no sorry can be seen. Your daddy's name was staring from a stone gone gray, and I heard my own boots break in the frozen clay. Graveyard at mile 93, I spoke into the dark. Some apology arrived too late to warm the heart. I remembered his hands rough as river rock, how he watched me close like a door with no lock. He did not say much, but his silence was loud, like he saw right through me, straight to the crowd. Of bad habits I kept like friends in my coat, and the temper I carried like a knife in my throat. He called you baby like it meant something holy, and I used your love like it owed me. The last time I saw him he nodded once, like he was trying hard not to judge my junk. Then the sickness came quick, then the phone call did, and you needed my shoulder and I did not give it. I chose the bar, I chose my pride, while you sat in that hospital watching him die. I told myself she's strong, she'll understand, but strong does not mean you do not need a hand. Now I stand in this graveyard with nothing to prove, just a man learning what he cannot undo. Graveyard at mile 93, Iron Gate and Weeds. I came to lay down, sorry where no sorry can be seen. Your daddy's name was staring from a stone gone gray, and I heard my own boots break in the frozen clay. Graveyard at mile 93, I spoke into the dark. Some apology arrived too late to warm the heart. Sir, I was not the man she thought I was. I was loud with my promises, thin with my love. I let her carry grief while I carried a drink, let her drown in quiet while I refused to think. I came to ask forgiveness from a stone and sky, because I do not know where to put this guilty life. And if you can hear me under all this ground, tell her I am sorry in the way I never found. Tell her I see it now plain and sharp, that a heart can break from neglect as much as harm. Graveyard at mile 93, Iron Gate and Weeds. I came to lay down, sorry where no sorry can be seen. Your daddy's name was staring from a stone gone gray, and I heard my own boots break in the frozen clay. Graveyard at mile 93, I spoke into the dark. Some apology arrived too late to warm the heart. I left that bouquet by the weathered stone, drove back empty down that county road. Graveyard at mile 93, the night stayed cold, and I carried my sorry home. Crossroads after midnight. One road left, one right. One goes back to mercy, one goes straight to night. I felt the wind go still, like the world held its breath, like something old was waiting there to bargain me to death. Crossroads after midnight, gravel under boots. How many times can a lost man blame the devil for his truth? Killed the headlights just to heal my shame. Crickets and the power lines whispering my name. Dust on my jeans and blood in my pride. Same old storm I carry, nowhere left to hide. Your last words stayed with me quiet and clean. You can come back sober, don't come back to me. I laughed like it didn't cut, then I drove off mean. Now I talk to the dark like it is my priest. My hands are steady but my heart is not. I keep chasing them, but the numbness rides. That old familiar hunger comes crawling through, and it sounds like comfort till it sounds like you. Crossroads after midnight, one road left, one right. One goes back to mercy, one goes straight to night. I felt the wind go still, like the world held its breath, like something old was waiting there to bargain me to death. Crossroads after midnight, gravel under boots. How many times can a lost man blame the devil for his truth? There's a church up the road with a leaning white sign, says we're rebel tonight in fading paint and pine. And there's a bar down the other way, neon buzzing low, where the boys all know my name and pour it out like snow. I got a pocket Bible from my daddy's old coat, pages stuck together where the river once broke, and a bottle in the sea like a friend I should refuse. Both of them heavy with the same bad news. I keep telling myself it's just one more drink, just one more night before I start to fix. But I have said that lie so many times, it sounds like a hymn in the back of my mind. Crossroads after midnight, one road left, one right. One goes back to mercy, one goes straight to night. I felt the wind go still, like the world held its breath, like something old was waiting there to bargain me to death. Crossroads after midnight, gravel under boots. How many times can a lost man blame the devil for his truth? I remember your kitchen, the yellow light saw, your hands on the counter when my temper went off. Not fist, not shouting, just a cold dead stare, like you finally saw the wolf I kept hiding in there. You said I love you but I will not drown, and the room got quiet like the whole world bowed. I walked out thinking I was free of blame, but freedom ain't freedom when it wears your name. If the devil's in the details and I wrote the book, every wrong turn I ever took, every promise I shook. And if there's a price for the nights I chose, I've been paying it daily in these hollow roads. So here I am, no crowd, no barroom noise, just me and the truth and the man I avoid. I don't need a bargain, I don't need an excuse. I need the kind of courage that cuts me loose, to turn to the porch light, to face what I broke, to stop calling it fate when it's choices I chose. Crossroads after midnight, one road left, one right. One goes back to mercy, one goes straight to night. I felt the wind go still like the world held its breath, like something old was waiting there to bargain me to death. Crossroads after midnight, gravel under boot. How many times can a lost man blame the devil for his truth? How many times can a lost man blame the devil for his truth? So I turned on my headlights, let the darkness move, left the devil at the crossroads with nothing to prove. If I make it back broken, I'll make it back true. No more blaming the devil for the things that I do. Whoa. At the county line, I said what I never said then. I was a coward in the dark, dressed up as a man. The moon hung low like a judge over gravel and pine, and every mile felt heavier crossing that line. Counted like confession, too late but still true. I lost who I was the night I lost you. I had your words on repeat like a radio hymn. You said you do not come back from this, and that's a real thing. You stood in the doorway, no makeup, eyes red, holding your brave like a coat over everything said. I told you I was fine, I told you I was strong, but I was just noise in a house that knew I was wrong. My boots hit the steps, my keys shook in my hand, like even the metal could feel what I could not stand. I drove past the mailbox, drove past our street sign, like love is a place you can leave behind. But the dark kept my name and it would not let go. Follow my headlights wherever I went slow. Now the road talks back when the world goes still. Every turn feels like truth coming over a hill. I keep my eyes forward, but I know what I see, that the worst part of leaving was leaving on me. At the county line I said what I never said then. I was a coward in the dark, dressed up as a man. The moon hung low like a judge over gravel and pine, and every mile felt heavier crossing that line. County line confession, too late but still true. I lost who I was the night I lost you. There is a gas station cross where the highway bends. Neon flicker blessing strangers who do not pretend. I bought cheap coffee and I stared at my face in the cooler door glass in that cold blue place. I tried to pray but the words fell borrowed, like I only believe when I'm scared of tomorrow. And sheriff rolled by slow, lights off, night watching, and my heart did that thing where it starts up and stocking. Because guilt wears a badge, guilt keeps a list. It points at my chest and says you did this. I drove on anyway like a man being chased, not by the law but by the love I replaced. The pines lean in like they heard you cry, and the wind sounds mean when it asks me why. I keep swallowing sorry like it might go down, but it sticks in my throat when I turn back around. At the county line I said what I never said then. I was a coward in the dark, dressed up as a man. The moon hung low like a judge over gravel and pine, and every mile felt heavier crossing that line. County line confession, too late but still true. I lost who I was the night I lost you. If you are awake with the lamp turned low, if you still hear storms and the way I will go, I'm not coming back with a drunk man's charm. I'm not coming back to do more harm. I'm bringing the truth plain as morning light. All my pride worn out, all my wrongs inside. If you shut that door, I will take it straight, but I had to try before it is too late. Because love does not die, it just learns to ache, and I cannot unbreak what I did to your faith. At the counting bruise I said what I never said then. I was a coward in the dark, dressed up as a man. The moon hung low like a judge over gravel and pine, and every mile felt heavier crossing that line. County line confession, too late but still true. I lost who I was the night I lost you. County line confession, I'm done being cruel, done making excuses, done breaking the rules. If there is a way back, I will walk it through. I lost who I was the night I lost you. Tail lights in the dust, fading red in the rain. I told myself I'd left, but I'm circling back again. The night keeps whispering every promise that I broke, and the road knows the truth in the smoke. I never spoke your lights in the dust, but your fire still glows. No matter how far I run this old highway, no. I pulled out hard from the edge of town with a bad excuse and the window down. Your front porch light was a pale gold flame, still burning soft while I cursed your name. I said I needed room, I said I needed air, but all I really needed was a nerve to stay there. The gravel cracked like bones under my wheels, like the earth itself knew how leaving feels out. I kept my eyes on the county line, but your ghost rode shotgun the whole damn time. Now the radio spits out a worn out tune, and the sky hangs low with a busted moon. I grip that wheel till my knuckles show, like I can outrun what I already know. Tail lights in the dust, fading red in the rain. I told myself I'd left, but I'm circling back again. The night keeps whispering every promise that I broke, and the road knows the truth in the smoke. I never spoke. Tail lights in the dust, but your fire still glows. No matter how far I run this old highway, no. There's a truck stop down there by the overpass, where the coffee comes black and the hours don't pass. A waitress with tired eyes topped off my cup, like she could tell by my face I was all used up. She said, "You headed somewhere?" I said, "I don't know," and it felt like the truest thing I said all night long. I saw your face in the chrome and glass, and every reflection I kept driving past. There's some kinds of hurt you drink then hide, and some kinds of hurt just sit down inside. Every mile feels mean when the dawn runs cold, when the lies you told are the lies you hold, and that smoke in my chest is not from the flame, it is all the words I never gave. Tail lights in the dust, that I broke. And the road knows the truth in the smoke I never spoke. Till lights in the dust, but your fire still glows. No matter how far I run this old highway to know. I remember the fight and the screen door slam. How your voice went quiet when I raised my hand. Not to touch you, no, but enough to scare. Enough to break something holy in the air. You said, go on then, with tears held tight. And I wore my anger like I wore my pride. Now the sins of a man do not vanish fast. They hang in the mirror, they ride in the glass. And the road back home feels long as grace when you finally know you were the one who changed. If your curtains still move when my tires roll by, if you still sit awake when the thunder climbs, I ain't coming back with a drunk man's charm. I ain't coming back with a heart full of harm. I am bringing the truth, plain as rain, on my pride worn out, on my borrowed blame. If you shut that door, I will understand, but I had to turn around and try to be a man. Tail lights in the dust, fading red in the rain. I told myself I'd left, but I'm circling back again. The night is whispering every promise that I broke, and the road knows the truth in the smoke I never spoke. Till lights in the dust, but your fire still glows. No matter how far I run this old highway, no. Till lights in the dust, slowing in your drive. One more chance to lose, one more chance to try. If that old porch light still cuts through the dark, maybe there is still a little fire for this heart. There's a sheriff in the mirror and a siren in my head. Every bad choice of barricades rising from the dead. I can hear those blue lights and the rattling of the wheel. You can outrun a county line, but now will you still feel? Sheriff in the mirror, closing in the night. I'm guilty in the soul, long before the cuffs get tight. I left that bar too late with my jaw clenched hard. Neon on my boots, shame in my yard. Gravel popping loud like it wanted to speak, while the moon hung over me, pale and bleak. I told myself it's fine, you're still in control, but I was already sinking in a dark old hole. Your last call memory kept twisting the knife. How you asked me to stop and I chose my pride. Now the dash light flickers, the fuel runs low, and the truth rides quiet, it will not let go. The road signs blur like a prayer for God. Hands on the wheel, but my mind is not. Every mile marker feels like a warning bell, and I know that sound, it is my own hell. There's a sheriff in the mirror and a siren in my head. Every bad choice I bury, keep rising from the dead. I can hear those blue lights and the rattling of the wheel. You can outrun a county line, but not what you still feel. Sheriff in the mirror, closing in the night. I'm guilty in the so long, long before the cuffs get tight. I I passed a place on River Road where the fight went bad, where my buddy swung first and I swung back mad, where the parking lot spilled out beer and blood, and the night went quiet like it would come. We said forget it, like forgetting is clean, like a man can bury what a man has seen. But I still hear the thud when my eyes go shut, still taste that fear like pennies and rust. I drive by the courthouse, lights still on, like somebody up there is keeping a song, keeping a file on the things I hide, keeping time on the night I crossed that line. I try to drown it out with a bottle of noise, try to act like I still had a choice, but the mirror does not lie, it just shows you clear. And that sheriff looks like me when I look right here. There's a sheriff in the mirror and a siren in my head. Every bad choice I bear, keep rising from the dead. I can hear those blue lights in the rattling of the wheel. You can outrun a county line, but not what you still feel. Sheriff in the mirror, closing in tonight. I'm guilty and so long, before the cuffs get down. If I could go back, I would hold my tongue. I would choose your arms over acting young. I would walk away when the heat got high. I would not let my anger dry, but I cannot rewind what I made of that night. I can only face it in the hard porch light. So if you hear my truck slow down outside, know I'm done with the lying and pride. I'm not asking you to forget what I broke, I'm asking you to see I finally woke. Because love is not fear and love is not fight, and I'm tired of losing you every night. There's a sheriff in the mirror and a siren in my head. Every bad choice I bury, keep rising from the dead. I can hear those blue lights in the rattling of the wheel. You can outrun a county line, but not what you still feel. Sheriff in the mirror, closing in tonight. I'm guilty in the so long, long before the cuffs get tight. Sheriff in the mirror, I see what you see. A man with a past and a debt on his knees. If I am gonna be free, it starts with the truth. Guilty in the soul, and I'm coming back to you. Neon hallelujah, shining blue and red, like a broken choir singing over all my day. I hear your name burning through the jukebox light, like a prayer gone crooked in the middle of the night. Neon hallelujah, won't you pull me through? Every bar stool in this town still points me back to you. The sign out front is buzzing like a wound, opening the window like it has something true. By walking rain on my collar and rust in my throat, like the whole damn world is a sermon I wrote. Same stool, same scar on the oak bar rail, same $2 bill stuck under the nail. And the bartender nods like you made it again, like making it here is the shape of a win. I see you laugh in the glass when the whiskey swirls, then it disappears like smoke when the record turns. They keep the Lies low like the truth is too bright, and I keep my head down like shame is polite. But the music starts talking and I cannot pretend, because it sounds like you, and it sounds like the end. Neon hallelujah, shining blue and red, like a broken choir singing over all my dead. I hear your name burning through the jukebox light, like a prayer gone crooked in the middle of the night. Neon hallelujah, won't you pull me through? Every bar stool in this town still points me back to you. I still remember Sunday when the sirens came, blue and red baptizing the edges of your face. My buddy's blood on the gravel, cheap beer in his hand, and I swore right there I would be a better man. But oaths are easy when your lungs are full of smoke, harder when a night comes hungry asking for a choke. You watched me trade my peace for another last call, watched me turn small problems into a prison wall. You said I love you, but I will not drown. Then you left with the sunrise, and I stayed with this town. Now I talk to my ghost when the room gets quiet, and I drink to get numb, but the numbness rides. That neon keeps humming like a hymn I knew, and every note it sings keeps dragging me to you. Neon hallelujah, shining blue and red, like a broken choir singing over all my dead. I hear your name burning through the jukebox light, like a prayer gone crooked in the middle of the night. Neon hallelujah, won't you pull me through? Every bar stool in this town still points me back to you. If heaven is real, it is not in this glass. It is in your hands, it is in how you ask for a life that is quiet, for a love that is clean, for a man who means it when he says what he means. I got tired of running, tired of being tough, tired of watching good things die because I would not grow up. So I'm leaving this neon, leaving this noise, leaving these men who still act like boys. If your porch light is burning, I am coming home true. If your door stays closed, I will still follow through. Neon hallelujah, shining blue and red, like a broken choir singing over all my dead. I hear your name burning through the jukebox light, like a prayer gone crooked in the middle of the night. Neon hallelujah, won't you pull me through? Every bar stool in this town still points me back to you. Neon hallelujah, I'm done with the flame. If I want saving, I have to call your name. No more last calls, no more excuses I choose. Just a man on a road trying to get back to you.